Greetings, ladies and germs of planet Earth and beyond. King Zero Phoenix here, and welcome back to Subnautica. It's been quite some time since my last upload of this series, though as most of you probably know, I've been on a hiatus, trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with my life, and one of those changes, and decided how I'm going to continue my channel. One of those things is, I'm going to reduce the amount of episodes I upload during the week. I've always uploaded like 6 videos a week, 2 on Thursday, then Friday, then Saturday, but I decided to limit it to only 1 episode on Friday and another on Saturday, just so I don't overwhelm you. Also, sorry about my voice, why I am so quiet. I seem to be coming down with possibly the flu or something. Or at least I don't hope it's not the flu, but a cold. And I've decided to keep my voice down, because if I talk too much, I start hucking up mucus, and that's one bit of sexiness I'd rather not show. I know this game has lost a bit of its hype, considering it's been out for a long time. It's full release anyhow. Not to mention they eventually have a DLC planned for this, for an entire winter biome. I'm sorry they said they didn't make these functional. But anyhow, that's not what I need to do. For the time being, we need to investigate, fix the radiation leaks over there in the Aurora. But unfortunately, I do have the radiation suit. But before that, I need to arm myself with the proper equipment to protect myself against the Reapers. I know they're not actually that close to the Aurora anymore, but by the bow of the ship, that's where they dwell, and I cannot afford to get killed. On that note, before there's 2 things I learned from watching the Let's Plays of the legendary Jacksepticeye, that killing the Reaper, while difficult, is not impossible. What I need to do is, I have my knife, all I need. Thankfully, I don't have to worry too much. I'm pretty sure the fragments are in the wrecks that closest to the Aurora. On that note, I actually do need to make a propulsion cannon, battery, and a wiring kit. I already know what it takes to make a battery. I just need silver ore for the kit. Oh dear, gasopods. Why do the sounds have to be so flatulent? Then again, I suppose it sounded a little techie-ish. Well, like, I'm not sure how you exactly would describe it, but the sounds... Bingo. Silver ore is required for the wiring kit. And thankfully, I do know the spot. Signs still show normal. I played this on my own a while, and it appears the scanners finally showed signs of infection when I got close to the quarantine enforcement platform. Convenient, I suppose, but still, why specifically that place, at that very instant? To finally show signs of infection. Oh wait, never mind, I just thought about it, and it does make a tad bit of sense. Naturally, it's a quarantine enforcement platform, and it forbids infected individuals, turning off and disabling infected individuals from disabling the weapon. So naturally, the game would choose that specific moment to reveal you yourself have an infection. The mobile vehicle bay fragment. I already have enough of them. Actually, I should be for more copper to make a second battery for my Sea Glide. Like I said, this game has lost most of the hype it gained when it was finally released officially. Besides, back, stalkers! Back, I say! Back, you savages! Okay, you all saw that, right? It contorted its body in a very unnatural way.
New creature discovered.
Thank you. I'll take that too. Bladderfish. Aqua purificada. Are they still following me? Well, you have to give them points on their persistence.
30 seconds.
Yes, I noticed. Thank you. My goodness, they're actually, both of them are stunned. Thought I heard something just now. Strange. Anyhow, I do not believe... I am not going to be checking my messages just yet. The reason being is because I remember last time I did that, it was just the time for the sunbeam to arrive, and I had yet to explore the aurora. I like to do it in that order. Explore the aurora first before the sunbeam comes to get me. Of course, we all know the unfortunate fate of the sunbeam. I'm not trying to delay it. All I'm trying... It just feels the order feels natural to me in that fashion. Ooh, aye. Pardon me. I need to check something real quick. Oh, don't mind that. That's just my phone. Never mind. Curses. Hard to spot the eye in this gloom. Oh, found it. A cycloptic fish. How intriguing.
New creature discovered.
I would love to have one of the... Hey, a wreck. And there's a cave system. How fortuitous. Can I actually enter this wreck? That's a beacon fragment. I already have beacons, but I'm going to scan it anyway. You never know, an extra titanium may come in handy. Don't I have my... Yes. Anyhow, things have been challenging, especially since the past nor'easter. The start of spring has been so cold, and unfortunately I checked the weather, there's more snow on the after this weekend. I am so over with this done snow. How did you get in there? Ow! That was not called die. Be gone with you. I cannot see shit. Is that? No. It would appear I have entered close. It makes sense. This area is full of titanium. Hang on. I need to check something real fast. What is the ID for the... Wait a minute. I know. Let there be light. It may not last, but it will suffice. I'm going to need one more. I cannot see. Ah, there's an entrance. Float back to surface. sad that number. I have noticed online that the amount of videos for this game have dwindled significantly since its full release. Though I'm not too surprised. When people finally figured out how it ended and its style of ending, there was no need to upload more videos. But I'm going to continue, not just because I myself have yet to complete it, because this game will always be enjoyable. What is this? That's the compass. I already possess it.
Seek fluid intake.
Okay. Anything of insignificance here? A grav trap fragment.
New blueprint acquired.
Well, that is good for me. Shame. It would appear there are no stasis rifle fragments to be found here. That is only sea glide fragments. And that was grav trap fragments. That is disappointing. No matter. At least this way I can head into the caves. Of course, I'm going to need some oxygen before I do. I spy stalker teeth. I honestly am not sure what it is about teeth or claws and such from animals. But I find collecting these types of things, such as teeth and claws, not just this. I remember my old Utahraptor claw. In fact, even this, a bear claw I got from a resort in Connecticut on my 21st birthday. I am not sure where you are going, but it is not. Beautifully.
100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
It is risk. It is necessary risk. I must. And just to avoid drowning, it would be tedious. Constantly having to go back and forth to the surface for oxygen. Therefore, until I've acquired that which I seek, I shall become like the fish and return mobile vehicle. Why did I not have that on? I'm going to die of dehydration.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Strange. My apologies. That is rude. There we are. Strange. It never gives you silver on the first try. Not that I'm necessarily complaining. I noticed, thankfully, this cave system does not seem... Wow. Silver ore on both tries. How lucky am I? Now that I have acquired what I need, it is necessary. And 2 copper ore, all I need is 2. Now I can make a wiring kit. 2 batteries. 1 for my sea glide, the other so I can make the propulsion cannon. Sadly, I will not be able to get the repulsion cannon until I get to the Aurora. But if I can also need to, hopefully, once I get near the wreckage, I will be able to find the second fragment of the stasis rifle. And then I will be more than a match for the Reaper Leviathans. I honestly wouldn't. I'm grateful to the great Jacksepticeye for showing us for showing the world his strategies for destroying the Leviathans, Reaper and Sea Dragon alike. from my understanding, there is no killing the ghost leviathans is a significantly different task since they seem to be more agile than their Reaper and Dragon counterparts. It will be tricky for me when I eventually must make my own journey beyond the crater into the dead zone. Naturally, I must venture out there for myself. I dislike eating original, but it is healthiest staple out of all creatures. Thank you. Patch myself up. Ah yes, I need mushrooms. Fortunately for me, they grow in such abundance here. Do forgive me. Let's see. Tools, a battery, and a wiring kit. Apologize if I'm distracted. The frame rate shown by my recording seems to be significantly slower than before. I'm not 100% sure why, and I hope it doesn't show in the final take. But either way, I have this. Fascinating. With that, here. Energy restored. Let's see. Lithium. As of this moment, I have no use for it yet. I will gather salt deposit. I must gather salt deposits. No. I have water. I hurry, it'll be enough. Yes. The seeds for when I eventually start my base. I have the tablet, the flask, so I do not care about my word. I already had one silver ore here. No matter, I have a spare now. What are you? Do not mock me. Give me 2 seconds, please. I am not sure what is the problem with the frame rate. It appears to be fine now. But game capture, I dislike it when things start functioning in that fashion. See, where is it? Ah, yes. Yes. Everything seems to be fine. Output. Everything appears to be in order, so I am not sure why it is the way it is. Only when I play does it acquire that delay. No matter, I'm good.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you. Another reason I need to get into the Aurora is because there's also the sea moth storage upgrade and the depth module inside the Prawns Bay. I apologize, but I need to mute it for a brief second. I honestly do not know if you will hear the game sounds at this juncture. Maybe you will, maybe you will not, I honestly could not say. But the fact that I'm heading closer to Reaper Leviathan territory makes me uneasy, and as a man-child, only in this particular circumstance, I must have the sound off, so as I don't. If I continue hearing the sound, the constant fear of hearing the Leviathan's terrifying echolocation will cause me to get cold feet. What is this? Office chair. Always nice to have a certain amount of decor. Now let's see. Have I been in this wreck already? I've memorized most if not all of them. And I know I have... Yes, I have not been in this wreck. No real Reaper roars. That is beyond good. Let's see. What treasures do you have for me, my medkit? Always a good help. Yes. More Seek Light fragments. Good source of titanium if I find myself short. But at the moment, unnecessary. Shame. Still no stasis rifle fragments. There are more fragments along the wreckage shoreline. I give it some extra looking. I'm sure I will find something. Again, I apologize, but I need to mute, otherwise I will not to be able to move forward properly. There is no real reason to be this terrified, especially considering the River Leviathan does not seem to dwell in this particular area anymore. But even so, I prefer to err on the side of caution. Let us see. It's interesting. This particular area is considered the peak of a massive dormant volcano. Yeah, and there's still... No. What was that? What just hit me? It was only a small fish. How could a small fish have possibly caused any amount of damage? I will, once I've cleared out different Leviathans in the nearby area, I will. An excellent repulsion cannon fragments. Not the fragments I am looking for. I don't need repulsion cannon. I already have repulsion cannon. I need stasis rifle. Perhaps the fact that this place is so empty. It feels equivalent to that of an open prairie, like a zebra out in the savannah. With such open spaces, there is nowhere for me to hide. And sadly, I do not have a herd with me for the safety of numbers. I must keep my eyes open, being vigilant for predators and be ready to flee at a moment's notice, even though I may have the sound turned off. To humor my own fear. Dear me, that actually gave me a minor fright. Oh, that reminds me. I saw stalker teeth in that creepvine forest, but I neglected to return for it. No matter. I can always find stalker teeth another day. Also, I'm sure I've already mentioned this, but I remember people saying that if allowing the stalkers to nibble on your sea moth would cause them to drop their teeth. I have tried that several times, and it has never happened once that any stalkers have actually dropped their teeth from trying to bite my sea moth. Either that was a complete lie, or the developers never decided to not make it official and properly. Either way. Oh dear me. That's Sancho. Oh dear. My apologies, Hoverfish. But that sand shark is clearly in the last stages of its infection with the Karar bacterium. Curse you, sand sharks. Stay away from my sea moth. It is not food, and neither am I. It's an infection.
New PDA data.
Yes. This organism is displaying signs of bacterial infection, bright green blisters. Our foaming networks around the infection sites. Pathology suggests a waterborne bacterium capable of penetrating the body through the skin and repository system, underlying indications of genetic mutation and aggressivity. The bacterium itself is unlike any so far recorded in human exploration. It may be contagious, do not under any circumstances consume the flesh. I was not planning to in the first place, but I do appreciate your warning. No matter. Strange thing I noticed, they never actually show any of the larger creatures being infected with Karar. For example, yes. If I remember correctly, I've pod for... yes. There it is. And it seems my suspicions, thankfully, are correct. The Reapers no longer inhabit this area this close to the Aurora. But I still do a new first aid kit.
To any Altera crew. Landed in area of significant alien activity. Encountered predators in the Leviathan class, highly aggressive. Spectroscope scanner assigned species designator Reaper. One specimen attempted to swallow the life pod, doing extensive damage in the process. Only viable option is to make for the safety of the Aurora crash site. I have retrieved a data box with the creature decoy and enough resources to fabricate a couple of them. The swim's longer than the decoy lifetime, but it should just be enough to keep them busy. If you don't find me on board the ship, presume I miscalculated.
Even if you had, there's no way you could have survived the explosion. But now I have
New blueprint acquired.
the creature decoy. Honestly, I don't see the function of using these. I have never actually attempted to use them just yet. Alright. You disgusting pig. There don't seem to be as many wrecks lining the area around here. There used to be more. Okay, enough clowning around. Time to get to business. I just remembered I left my fire extinguisher back on the life pod. No matter, there are others, and besides... Ooh, stalker tooth. Rather than actually try to...
New blueprint acquired.
If I hug the Aurora... This is... The Reapers are known to have a... Nope, I cannot. I know they're down there. Waiting. Life form readings in this region are sparse.
The
Aurora's radioactive fallout.
will have devastating effects on the alien ecosystem if not contained within the next 24 hours.
Strange. I don't recall there being a sandbank there. You heard her, my friend. But you heard her, my friends. Apparently, we only have...
Warning, ship's structural integrity is low. Fire suppression equipment and laser cutters may be required. Exploration is conducted at your own risk.
again on me. I will not be able to travel to any areas too close to here, as long as there is radiation leaking this place. Begone, you scavengers. There are several of these cave crawlers, quite annoying. The reason I chose this specific game to play. Do not interrupt me while I am speaking, you disgusting creatures. Anyhow, as I was saying, for dinner, it's Friday, and my Fridays always include a sandwich from Subway. And in the past, I always accompanied that, either playing this game and enjoying the majesty of the great moon. Of the movie, The Martian with Matt Damon.
Scans show the digestive tracts of nearby life forms contain human tissues.
I am not surprised. That is how nature works. Nature is seldom wasteful. At least that. I actually... Oh, so sorry. A neat little trick where I could use the beam from my propulsion cannon while standing on a piece of sheet metal and using the same style as it is on a flying carpet, or in this case, a piece of sheet metal. What I'm curious about is how these creatures seem to be unaffected by the radiation. Then again, I suppose the creatures on this planet are different from creatures on many life forms we have encountered. Ow, that is hot. So it's natural we just assume because of the deadliness of radiation, that anything that's exposed to it will perish. But I suppose, even though this is just a video game, perhaps with these creatures they have some sort of immunity to radiation. I suppose that would make sense.
Systems are running on local reserve power, unable to remotely download black box data.
No matter. I know there was possibly another. The fact is there could have been anything, but I do know one of them actually contains the code. Remember, children, only you can prevent forest fires. What is this? I already have one of those. But it is good I have another battery. I honestly do not see the real reason for putting out the fires, considering these can actually cause any more damage than has already been caused. But I suppose for simplicity's sake.
Yeah.
My goodness. Interesting that fire has always been a subject. The way to prevent forest fires, whether forest fires or domestic fires, has always been something that was taught in our earliest years, starting from preschool onward. My own experiences. And they also told us what to do in case of fire, such as pulling the fire alarm. But, interesting question. Have any of you, in your lives, ever actually just pulled the fire alarm? I'm trying to get out of a test or some other nonsense. I did once, not to get out of a test, but because my curiosity got the better of me, unfortunately. The reason I pulled is because on the standard fire alarms are those boxes where you pull on the latch and the alarm sounds. But I said something double, it contained also the box itself also contained a case, and I found it curious as why would they keep it in a case if all you had to do was just... Let's just... So here we are finally in open space. We crossed the galaxy to install a phase gate to send ships to mine resources, to build more expensive ships to install fancier phase gates. Are we trying to exhaust the galaxy or just ourselves? If the humanity of history is progress is any indication, I'd say it is the former rather than the latter. But anyhow, and now we have the cargo bay code. Altera launches the Aurora. Phase gate announced for the Ariadne arm. Altera launches the Aurora. The furthest reaches of inhabited space are due to expand, as Altera Corp launches a newly constructed capital ship carrying a phase gate bound for the Ariadne arm. The Aurora will travel from the space dock on the edge of Altera space, making hundreds of consecutive phase gate jumps through 9 different transcom authorities, and arrive on the far side of the Ariadne arm in 3 months' time. From there, the command crew will pilot the ship beyond the final phase gate, arriving in the next solar system approximately 18 months later. There, the elite team of engineers will begin a 6-month construction project on the new phase gate, a multi-trillion credit investment. In the absence of existing infrastructure in the region, the vessel is equipped with advanced thermal and nuclear power facilities. Altera Corp currently operates 9% of all phase gates in the galaxy. If the Aurora's mission is successful, Altera will have outmaneuvered a cabal of Mongolian corporations operating a range of outposts and mines in the region. Basically, this is nothing more than a corporate move. Interestingly enough, something about the Altera logo kind of reminds me of the Weyland-Yutani logo from the Aliens vs. Aliens franchise, as well as Alien vs. Predator. I'm not saying corporations such as them are bad, but they don't have exactly known for their loyalty to their employees.
Integrating new PDA data.
Drone log.
Exiting sleep mode. Loading voice recognition. Engineer Barclay and Chief Technology Officer you identified.
Drone, get me a propulsion cannon.
Repulsion cannon retrieved.
Hey, Berkeley. Install that circuit box with that repulsion cannon and you'll punch a hole in the cargo bay.
Damn it, Drone, I said propulsion, not repulsion. Recalibrate sensors.
Sensors recalibrated.
Sensors aren't the problem. I tweaked the program. It's like you now. It doesn't like being told what to do.
Drone, I know...
His name's Albert now.
Albert, I know it's not your fault, but it would really help me do my job if you'd bring me what I asked for. Thanks for your time.
Propulsion cannon retrieved.
Thank you. Now go away.
Entering hibernation mode.
Boss, this hobby of yours isn't making my job any easier. Or safer.
Maybe so, but it's all that's stopping me from being so bored I take a spacewalk in my skivvies.
I would not mind seeing that. Then again, that's probably not the safest idea. What is this? There's no clutter here. Odd. I know I haven't been here before. There's still radiation here. Oh dear. Oh dear, no. Oh my goodness.
Scans of damage to the Aurora do not match any known offensive technologies.
Well, this is a situation. It would appear this game has bugged out. Pardon me. I must save and reload. But I'm not going to, since the loading process takes so much time. I'm afraid I don't want to waste your time and bore you to tears. Yes, so I'm afraid I must stop now. Not exactly the way I wished to end the episode, but sorry. It is what it is. But not bad, eh? Hopefully by next time, the next time I load up this game, that bug will be gone. And we'll be able to continue on our journey before I sign off. Interesting news. with my Ark Survival Evolved. Finally. After a long time, I have finally gotten the other 2 expansion packs for the game. The one you have all, if you've ever seen my previous episodes of Ark Survival, the only Ark I've ever been on was the island. But now I finally have the other 2, Scorched Earth and the most recent one, Aberration. I tested it out last night, and my god, it's like a true underground verse. And be warned, Ark actually, Aberration includes its very own rendition of the Xenomorph, the creature from the Alien franchise. It's larger, it's uglier, the design is similar, but it does possess the same impregnating style of reproduction. It grabs you, hugs your face, and forces its embryos inside of you. Disturbing, I know. Let me know if you actually want me to continue my Ark Survival series. I could finish up the island, and then we can move on in terms of story to Scorched Earth. And if that doesn't take us too long, we can go straight to Aberration. And if you'd like, I can also see about doing the custom Arks, the Center, and Ragnarok. But only if you wish it, sir. I mean, I love the game, but it's up to you, if you actually want to see it. Anyhow, thank you so much for joining me on this little adventure. I do apologize. This episode was so quiet. Probably not to the sounds, but my voice. Hopefully I'll get over this little illness of mine, and I will be giving you my regular voice soon. Again, thank you everybody so much for joining me on this adventure. Hit that like button to let me know you enjoyed yourselves. Pound that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing any more. If you are already subscribed, be sure to ring that subscription bell to stay up to date. And be sure to share any opinions you may have with me down in the comments below. And until next time, this is King Zero Phoenix, signing off. Laters.